Uh. Hey. What up? Aha! What's up, fam? Hey! Welcome to another episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad, and this is Storytime. Welcome back, guys. I missed you yesterday big time. I am glad to be back. I had some pain and some suffering I was going through, but I'm feeling better today. And before we get into the rigmarole of what we have in store, well, let's get into the rigmarole of what we have in store for the segment I call Stories of the Day. Stories of the Day. Should President Biden be doing press briefings? Why or why not? The Catholic Church has advocates up in arms on its latest pronouncement. That meme has resurfaced with a new updated look. Speaking of an updated look, why in the hell are GOP operatives saying the former guy looks great? And last but not least, that segment of the show we call You Raggedy Bitch. We have none other than Russian Ron Johnson. So happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm glad to be back in the saddle. As I mentioned, I was experiencing some mild discomfort, which has somewhat resolved. The pain remains. The pain is in the right shoulder blade. It's not happy. I've taken some Tylenols and trying to relax, keep my posture proper, but it is what it is. So some of the stuff that we're reviewing was actually live and popping yesterday, but I felt strongly enough about it. I figured, you know what? We are going to cover that stuff anyway, because, sometimes it matters. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Some stuff you're going to be like, hey, Brooklyn Dad, what are you talking about the Grammys for? That shit was so 2 days ago, but whatever. We're going to talk about it too. Anyway, we are going to get started with our thing, the quick hits. Yeah, hit that sucker. Hit him. Hit him, damn it. All right, so quick hits right off the bat. We have Charles Booker, who announced yesterday that he is considering running for Senate. So Charles Booker is a progressive and had the progressive ranks really excited about his candidacy running in 2020 against that guy, Mitch McConnell, and he was unfortunately unsuccessful because he didn't make it out of the primary, and his primary opponent, Amy McGrath, got dashed to pieces. So I'm liking this guy. I'm liking Charles Booker, and I think he has an outstanding shot against this jackass, Rand Paul. So let's hope Rand Paul gets dashed to bits by Charles Booker and the power of progressivism. Let's see what happens. I'm going to throw my weight behind Charles Booker. That's what I'm going to do. And if Booker is smart, he'll hire a good campaign manager. I'm thinking maybe Rand Paul's neighbor. I don't know. Okay, so we didn't get to talk about this yesterday, so we're going to talk about it today. The Grammys, this past Grammys, they were like outstanding in terms of things that achievements that people made. Like, for instance, I've never been a big Taylor Swift fan, but millions of fans can't be wrong, can they? Or maybe they can, but whatever she's doing is working, as she won her third record of the year, which is she is the first woman to ever do that. So that is noteworthy. That is very significant. You could probably say that the night belonged to Megan Thee Stallion, who was a big hit in the year of 2020. She made a lot of people's playlists, and she won Best New Artist, Best Rap Song, Best Rap Performance. She is on fire, and she is a force to be contended with, whether you're male or female. She's here and likely here to stay. She's got what it takes, I think. Speaking of here to stay, the Queen, Beyonce, won her 28th award. Think about that. She's got more awards than the Yankees have championships. That is no small accomplishment. Woo! 28 Grammys. Most decorated female artist in history. And last but not least, Billie Eilish. I learned about this young lady from my daughter, who was listening to her music a few years ago. Now, when I ask her about Billie Eilish, she's like, Dad, that was so 2 years ago. I'm like, what? She's winning, though. Anyway, she won Record of the Year the second year in a row, and that's a pretty big deal for her. She's a new artist, and she's making noise. She's making her presence felt. And the only thing I want to say is I think it's unfortunate that she felt compelled to say, I think it was Megan Thee Stallion should have won. Like, she should be able to bask in that moment. You get there, it's hard work. It's hard work, and she was up against stiff competition. She should be able to enjoy that award without feeling guilty about winning it. She should feel like, yeah, I won this. I worked my ass off, and thank you, and keep it moving. But anyway, congratulations to all the winners that night. And if even for the folks who didn't win, the fact that they were nominated is a big deal. It's a very big deal, So it's huge, huge. Speaking of huge, oh my God. So I'm warning you ahead of time. If you have, this is a trigger warning. If you have like a weak gag reflex, you might want to cover your eyes for this segment here. So a lot of Trump supporters are kind of distorted in how they see the former guy. You'll often see memes of his face put on Rocky Balboa's body or Superman's body. But the level of distortion, the level of gaslighting was severe this weekend, as a bunch of there's one of him looking like Superman. He has never looked like that in his life. His agents, I guess, were on Twitter saying President Trump is looking better than ever before. He's getting in shape for 2024, and the liberals are freaking out. We weren't freaking out. We're just like, what? What are you talking about? He looks like death warmed over. Here's another one. Bridget Gabriel. President Trump looks fantastic and stronger than ever. What? Compared to what? Because that dude looks like shite. Shite. Look at that. He looks like that old guy standing on the lawn telling the kids, get off my lawn. Does not look good. Now I understand why he was painting himself with that orange stuff. You know, I'm not talking about his weight either. I'm just talking, he does not look healthy. I guess, Scribble My Dibbles, thank you so kindly for the 10 spot. And come on now. Every time he makes that face, you can see his neck straining. Like, dude, why are you doing that with your neck? It's horrible. 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 Okay, that's it for the quick hits. And next up, I'm feeling pretty good, and I've got some really good timeline cleansers to share with you guys. Yeah, Michelle Warmoth is saying Spanky looks thin. He does look thin compared to how he looked a couple of months ago. Maybe that's what he's talking about. I don't know. But anyway, it's that time, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on till it's timeline cleanse. Doom, doom, doom. Yes, timeline cleanse. All right, so right at the top, many of us have different styles for dealing with crises. Some of us avoid the crises, some of them go around them, and some of us go right through them. And here to demonstrate that difference in crisis management, we have 3 cats, because you know we got to cover the cats here. Here's cat 1, deftly avoiding every single cup. She went kind of through there. Here's cat number 2. Oh, jumped over, knocked over one. Here's cat number 3. Oh, spill. One more look at this. Dun, 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 dun. The cat number 1 was really fantastic. And she was kind of over it at the end. But this last one, she's like, you know what? I don't even care. All right. Next up, we have, you guys have heard the saying by now, I'm sure. We're all on the internets. And when somebody says, yo, that's fire, that means, yo, it's really hot. It's really that's on point. It's on fire. So this next guy did a painting that was literally fire. Look at this. Almost finished. Check this out. It's upside down, yo. That is fire. Just give you one more look at this. The dude is really talented. It's amazing. I can't write my name upside down, let alone do an entire picture with a burning torch. That's just incredible. Roger, I laugh because Roger Gray said, I would do that, but the landlord would be pissed. You would not get your deposit back, my friend. Yeah, so that one was fire. For this next clip, if you have already seen a dog skateboarding, then you can just ignore this clip. I don't know how they got this little doggy to learn how to steer a damn skateboard. Look. And to keep it going. I used to be able to do this skateboarding. But I'm human. Yo, this little doggy has skills. But let's see him grind it. Can he grind it on a rail? No, I don't think so. That's what's next, though. Stacy says the leash dragging is scaring her. He's okay. Look at him going between the things like that. That's really impressive. Skateboarding doggy. All right. And now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying with me on the timeline cleanse. It is now time for us to rock and roll with our roll call. Show me where you're coming from. Show me where you are at. Summertime. And the living is fun fact, it just started snowing like a few minutes ago, right after I was talking with the neighbors saying, hey, it looks like it's not going to snow after all. And then boom, snow. Adrian is here from Columbus, Ohio. And Peter is a boss from Colorado. Cindy from Lakewood, Washington. And Midas Cat from Kentucky, unfortunately. Make sure you vote for Charles Booker. Samantha from the Bronx. Foxhill Dreams from Aiken, South Kakalaki. Cat from Michigan. Synth Fan from Orlando, Florida. Happy Hello from Allison in Raleigh, North Kakalaki. Anita from Columbus, Ohio. Pandora from Boston. Hey, Boston, the Boston Red Sox have a new owner. Fun fact, it is LeBron James. Doesn't matter, I'm required to hate the Red Sox as a Yankee fan. I'm sorry, I just can't. Valerie from Staten Island and Patty Duke for life from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Weed Whacker Eric. He is enjoying this gorgeous day in Seattle. Hey, we must have traded weather because you got a gorgeous day. I got a cloudy day. Sudi Q from Centennial, Colorado. Punxsutawney Mo is wood burning, chemicals, and experience in toxic oven. I don't know what that means. Moo. Roger Gray from Farmington, Maine. He's a good guy. Wants to remind you all he's a good guy. Monique from the DMV. And Kathy Murphy is still stuck in CT. Julian Goussier from the Central Coast of California is with us. And Michelle from Berlin, CT. Darlene from Georgia. Stephanie from Spring Hill, Florida. Laurie B. from Rowley, Massachusetts is happy to see everyone and to be a moderator today. Yes, indeed. Gina from New Jersey. Audrey, you two got her second vaccine in Brooklyn, of course. Stella from Los Angeles. Stella, I feel like that was a Marlon Brando. That's from a Marlon Brando movie. Queen of the South. That's C from Kansas City. Marie from North Jersey. Gavin from Scotland says, hi, folks. Tina G from Albuquerque. Stacy in SoCal, looking forward to dose number 2. Amanda in Arkansas. Too real as it gets from Alberta, Canada. Misha in Long Beach, California. Jamie from Benicia, California. Sharon in Houston. Lucy in Orange County, California. Phyllis from California. We got a lot of Californians here today. Karen Purdy from Newton Falls, Ohio. There she is. Sandra in Paramount, California. Hubby got his second Moderna vaccine shot today. Congratulations to him. And let's see. Hello to you, Patricia Haverkamp. Bernadette in Phoenix, Arizona. Kathleen Cross from Boothwyn, Pennsylvania. Cindy in Alaska, where the days are already getting longer. Nurse Mitch from Glen Burnie, Maryland. Star Shumate in Columbus, Ohio. The Trump Reaper needs snow in Long Beach, California. You're probably not going to get it. Punxsutawney Mo from Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. We are the Defiant from sunny Long Beach, California. Lee from Leeds, UK says, hi, everyone. Strangely warm and sunny here for a change. Glad to hear it. Hey, there's Jen and Fat Tony cooking chicken, fried steak, and peach cobbler in Elgin, Texas. And there you go. You just made me hungry just like that. Eddie G from Delray Beach. Kim from Houston. Eponymous George is missing his peeps. Jenna from Richmond, Virginia. Hilda in San Diego. Colleen is watching from Shelby Township, Michigan. Patty from Gainesville, Texas. Solid Blue Sister is supporting Governor Newsom in Southern Cali. Jen sitting here with Scribble. Oh! Jen! That's my girl, Jen. Jen is Scribble My Devil's best friend in the whole planet, the whole universe. What up in Killer Cali? And let's see. That's a pleasant surprise, Jen. Good to see ya. Let's see, where was I? Ms. Nick from Stafford, Virginia. Wilbur, that's our dog lover buddy from Martinez, Georgia. And Susan from Virginia. Victorina is sending hugs from Pahrump, Nevada. Mickey from Rochester, New York. And how about that fireworks fire in Ontario, California? We don't want to hear that, but I guess we do need to hear that. Be careful out there. Cha-Cha in Seattle. Stacy from Florida. Pam from Cape Cod. Deb from Arizona. That's Petty Deb. Trump Reaper, thank you. Streetcar named Desire. Stella. Oh, Trump Reaper had it too. Okay. Oh, all you guys had it. Okay. You guys looked that shit up quickly. Christina from North Kakalaki. Today is her sister Michelle's birthday. Happy birthday to Michelle in North Kakalaki. Yeah. Let's see. Lisa says a big hello from Jupiter, Florida. Asmila J in Houston, Texas. She is working. Work that thing, girl. Shari in Louisiana. Tara from Bogalusa, Louisiana. This is a new one. Hey, welcome to you. Welcome. That's Tara. All right. All right. Hey, Pasta D has a balmy 81 degrees in Georgia. And let's see. Punxsutawney Mo says, is Cuomo going to survive? I don't think so. Melissa McQueen in Seattle watched the pilot episode of Breaking Bad for the first time today. Very good. Oh my God, I'm already up to season 5. Crazy. Dana from South Jersey. The Trump Reaper can't find her bagel. Somebody please find it for her. Brent from Cali. Watcher Soko from Orange County. And let's see. Hey, Sherry Scary from Casey, Missouri, home of the Kansas City Chiefs. In your heart, Sherry, you can still say they are champions because they are champions. That's how they played. That's how they live. Champion. Let's see. Oh, there was an explosion in Ontario, California. Not sure what happened, but it's close to you. Stay as far as away as you can, Solid Blue Sister. Stay away from that. People are telling me to make sure you all smash that like button. Let me hit it. Boom. Hit that smash that like button, please, if you would be so kind. Linda from Riverside, California, is with us. And where is your boy Ken? That is a good question, Jen and Fat Tony. Eric says your New England Patriots are Super Bowl champs. Brr. All right, guys, that is our roll call. Wait, we got Sylvia Correa from Madeira Island, Portugal. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for hanging with me through that roll call. First up, I thought I would change up my format a little bit, just a tiny bit, right? Usually in this section, I have like the serious topics, right? This one is not so serious, but because we all spend so much time on the internets, on the interwebs, I thought this was important to acknowledge. So you guys have all seen that meme. You've seen it. You've seen it a gazillion times before. They call it the distracted guy, right? He's checking out this other woman who has just passed by. And meanwhile, his own girlfriend is like, yo, what is your problem, bro? so, so this thing got new life this past, I want to say it was Friday night, could have been Saturday. Now, first of all, this meme was actually not intended to be a meme. It was created by a photographer by the name of Antonio Guillem from Barcelona, Spain in 2015. 2015, which is, kind of a long time in internet years, but, it's still fairly recent. So he frequently worked with these folks and never intended for it to become a meme. And then, boom, people used it however they wanted to use it. So I started doing a little research, and I was just curious, like, when did the first meme ever happen? But first, before I go into that, here's the new life that this meme was given, okay? So the guy who posted this said that these are the same people from that meme. They are not. They are not. It's clever that the same colors are used and they staged it correctly. But the guy, first of all, none of these are the same actors or models or whatever. The guy's not turning his head properly. They're all three different, but it was clever. They happened to be at a museum. It was like the museum, the meme museum, or like Know Your Meme or something. Here's the tweet. This guy posted this tweet. It got 1.4 million likes. Whoa. 1.4 million likes. And it wasn't even a real, it was like fake. It was a fakery. This is the first meme ever. Seriously, from 1921. Now, I can't confirm that, there weren't some hieroglyphics that were actually the first memes, but the first meme that we're aware of was done in 1921, and it's a clever illustration that says how you think you look on the left, and then on the right it says how you really look. 1921. That's clever. I didn't know that until I looked it up for this segment. then I came across this picture. That guy in the background, that's Charlie Chaplin, and it looks like he's getting a really evil stare from possibly the person that might be his wife, and another woman in the foreground there. Peter wants to know, do I support Amazon workers union organizing? I support all workers union organizing, especially the Amazon workers. They don't get, I know for a fact, they don't get enough money. They don't even get bathroom breaks. So the fact that they don't have a union already is a crime. They absolutely should. They are being exploited 100%. Okay, so back to the meme here. I thought this was very clever. This Charlie Chaplin scene is almost identical to that meme. And people have been using it however they see fit. This one here in particular is addressing that updated meme. It says Twitter, and then hoax 10 years later meme, and then original meme. So yeah, because I wouldn't exactly call it a hoax, but yeah, he kind of misrepresented himself by saying those were the same people as they were not. Here's another one: dogs, me, people. There's one. There's another one. This article about a meme, you, all the other news stories. That's clever. Yeah, Misha, no bathroom breaks for them. Like, if they take a bathroom break, they lose points. Yeah, it's terrible. This one, they did it wrong. It's a girl walking by a guy, the guy's girlfriend or wife. That's just lazy. That's lazy. That's not how you do it. And here's a statement from the guy on Instagram. He says, "Hey, I'm the guy in this photo. This was at a Know Your Meme party at the Museum of the Moving Image in New York City. I plan to visit that. They had a gallery of memes hanging on the wall. I noticed my wife was wearing a red dress, so I suggested she pose in front of the girl in the photo. While I was taking her picture, someone came up to me and asked if I wanted to be in it, so I hopped in. Then the girl in blue walked up and said, 'Hey, let me be the other girl.' The whole thing was spontaneous and random, and of course it happened on the one day in my life I'm not wearing a plaid shirt." Clever. So yeah, that's that meme, and I just thought you guys would appreciate to know a little bit of background on it and to cover that. Feel free to use that meme however you like in your daily life. All right, next up, we have a more serious topic.
Reset. We had Hillary Clinton give Russia 20% of the uranium in our country. You know what uranium is, right? It's a thing called nuclear weapons and other things. Like, lots of things are done with uranium, including some bad things.
Things like uranium. What an idiot. Yeah, so that was Trump in his first press briefing back in 2017, his first presidential press briefing. So Joe Biden, meanwhile, is still in the honeymoon stage of his very short presidency so far. And let me just do this here. Never mind. Anyway, so Joe is still coasting off of the glow of his victory, of his new and definitely approved presidential leadership style. He is coasting off of his victory, and by victory I mean the COVID relief bill. He's going to be coasting off of that one for a long time. However, reporters are starting to wonder, why is it that Joe Biden has not yet done an official press briefing? And you might think, well, maybe he really doesn't need an official press briefing. He's already done. Hang on. Yeah, let me just do this. There, done. Okay. Yeah. He's already given major primetime speeches in front of America, whether it's at night in primetime or during the day in the afternoon when there's not as many people watching. He's had debates on the national stage. He's done town halls, on CNN, and actually his town hall style is very good. He's very comfortable. But again, when he does a town hall, he's doing it with regular people who may or may not have a gotcha question for him. But there have been a few instances where he's handled some not so easy questions to answer. And he's also got an amazing Puxatawny Mo says, "You must be old news, BDD, no trolls." I'm glad to see that. So he's got an amazing press secretary, Jen Psaki, dropping her Psaki bombs left and right. She's doing her thing without an iota, without an iota of lies or gaslighting. And so we've seen presidential press briefings over the past 4 years. A lot of them. Trump, he did his fair share of press briefings. Unfortunately, the majority of his press briefings were full of shit. They were lies and lies and more lies. And, they were full of propaganda, full of brags about himself. So really, I kind of feel like, the press briefing, the whole press briefing from a president, it's kind of overrated. Really, I prefer results, However, and let me not forget that a lot of his press briefings were full of insults at reporters, too. He was like, "You are fake news. Yeah, I'm the best president to ever sit up here. You work at a rotten newspaper. How'd you ever get that job?" And if he wasn't saying that, he was storming away from the podium when he decided that he had had enough of the questions. He didn't like the question, got his feelings hurt. "I can't believe he spoke like that to me. Do you know who I am sitting at this tiny little table?" Yeah, so what your takeaway from a press briefing, what is it? That the guy can stand on his feet and answer questions extemporaneously? Yeah, okay. I do get it. Say what you will about Trump's press briefings, but he did them. You can criticize him or whatever, but he did stand out there and take the questions until he realized how much he hated the questions. Now, here's the problem, okay? A lot of controversies are beginning to pop up. The most recent one is the crisis at the border. The crisis at the border, it is a crisis. It really is, and it's not getting any better. It's getting worse quickly. There are currently, in fact, in the past month, there were 10,000 unaccompanied migrant children at the border, and that is a 62% increase since January. In fact, Alejandro Mayorkas, let's see, where's that quote here? Alejandro Mayorkas, he's the U.S. Homeland Security Secretary, said on Tuesday that the U.S. is on pace to encounter more individuals on the southwest border than we have in the last 20 years. This is one of those controversies that you do want a president to stand up and speak to himself. He can do it through Jen Psaki. He can, but he should be able to elaborate at length about what is happening. Why? Because this kind of crisis is exactly what we were getting on Trump's shit about. It's not, it's not exactly the same. He doesn't have a policy of separating children from their parents and throwing them in cages. He doesn't. But still, it is going to become a humanitarian crisis quickly. So this is probably something he might want to speak to. Today, for instance, we also learned that North Korea, which has been quiet for the most part for a while, we haven't seen them shaking their rattling the saber, rattling their saber or making any noise, setting off test missiles. But, today they issued a statement. And this is after the Biden administration has actually reached out to them numerous times, and they're ghosting Biden right now. They don't want to talk to Biden. I guess because they know he can't be manipulated the way Spanky was manipulated so easily with the love letter. We fell in love. It was the biggest, most beautiful love letter. I love him so much. In fact, is Kim Jong-un even alive anymore? We don't know. At some point last summer, people were saying that he died again, or he was in a coma or something. Nobody has seen him, I don't think. I'm not trying to spread any conspiracy theory. I'm just literally stating the obvious. If somebody has seen him, I haven't seen him. So Today, North Korea issued a statement, and it says, this is his sister, by the way, Kim Yo-jong. She issued a statement saying, if the U.S. wants to sleep in peace for the coming next 4 years, it had better refrain from causing a stink at its first step. What? Again, this is more saber rattling. Let's see. Sorry, getting cursed. Deb, don't worry about it. You're good. You good. So, of course, Joe isn't going to make a statement about any of these things without, calibrating with his team exactly what their position is. And that's standard. That's pretty regular. You do want to make sure that all of your talking points are the same. Susan wants to know, is that supposed to be a threat? Yeah, they make threats like that all the time. They just want attention. They just want to be recognized again on the world stage like they were. That was unearned media given to them by Trump. But the stakes are high for President Biden right now. He's not just a guy hurling things at the former guy. He is now the guy. So we all know that Joe Biden has a propensity for gaffes. He's known as a gaffe machine. And he also has a stutter. Well-publicized stutter. Nonetheless, it is what it is. So do you risk putting him up there and he stutters and he says the wrong thing? Yeah, you do. You do. He's a leader. And if this no press briefing thing drags on, people are going to put their own meaning and their own ideas into what it means. They're going to say, oh, they're hiding something. It's dementia. He's falling apart, blah, 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 blah. But there's no reason for that's not the reason he should be doing a press briefing. He should be doing a press briefing because he's the president. And I think it's time. I do think it's time. Maybe within the next week or so, we will see that. Next up, the Catholic Church. Now, those of you guys who have seen this show before know that I have been a fan of Pope Francis. However, what I read yesterday about the Catholic Church's new position gives me pause. Now, why was Pope Francis so popular. He was like a man of the people. He was down to earth. He was humble. There were a lot of people who enjoyed his stances on many things. And of course, there were a lot of people who enjoyed this picture. You can see him pictured here with Spanky. I still have that Pope doll. I haven't thrown it away yet, but I'm definitely against the Catholic Church's stance on same-sex marriage. But yeah, he enjoyed for a very long time. He was in the spotlight and everybody was loving him, even President Obama. He got a smile from Obama. No smile for Spanky. Anyway, so the Catholic Church has said that they cannot bless same-sex marriages because they cannot bless sin. So they're saying that two people of the same sex who love each other are sinning. And I kind of feel like that's a sin. It's a sin to call that a sin. Love cannot be a sin. It says the Vatican holds that gay people must be treated with dignity and respect, but that gay sex is intrinsically disordered. According to who? Who is making these rules? It's just man. It's just men. Men who wrote that Bible. And it's not just Catholicism, before you guys think that I'm going on a riff just about Catholicism, Christianity, whatever. It's in Islam too. In the Quran, they say worse things, in Islam. They say if you find a homosexual, you're supposed to take him to the highest mountain and throw them off, or some nonsense like that I don't ascribe to. I do not. And I reject that. And this whole thing, it makes me wonder, like, what is even the purpose of religion? These guys, the Pope, he is just part of that system, of that religious system, promoted by the Catholic Church. When he dies, there's going to be another pope, and he's going to continue to push the same hateful ideals. This is the same church that for years hid the fact that their priests were molesting children. So they hid that, but you want to come out and have something to say about two grown people who love each other. That's wrong. That would be enough, if I was gay, that would be enough for me to say, you know what? I don't need the church or Islam or any religion. Really? If you are saying it is a sin to love someone that is the same sex, then that is wrong. This is 2021. It is time to update this shit. Homosexuality is not something that people choose. It's how they were born. It's who they are. And they should not be denied the dignity of being acknowledged as legitimate, as worthy of blessings. There are some straight people who are horrible people, horrible sinners. It's just wrong. So stuff like this, for the past 15 years, I have been seriously, yes, thank you, Solid Blue Sister. Love is love. Love is love, indeed. And I got no time or patience for anybody who wants to get in the way of that. Anyone who wants to criticize or take that away from people, they struggled for a long time. People had to hide that about themselves. Thank God we have advanced in society where people don't have to be shameful about that, but the fight continues. Excuse me. So, yeah, for the past 15 years, I've been at a point in my life where I'm seriously, reconsidering what religion even means anymore, And I came to that point when I started wondering, like, how most religions say, unless you're a Catholic or unless you're Catholic or Muslim or Jewish or Christian or Hindu, whatever, they say, unless you are born into that religion, you are going to suffer in the afterlife. I don't know about all religions. I know I was taught as a kid, like, that everybody else who's not a believer is going to hell, is going to fire. They're going to burn. That's what I was taught, growing up. And that's what I believed for a very long time until I realized, like, wait a minute, there's so many people that I know and that I love, but they're not Muslim. They're not in the same religion. So what happens to them? It's not fair if they have to be in eternal fire, burning and burning and burning. What kind of fairness is that? What kind of God does that? What, so that's where I'm at on that. I got no time for the hatred. I don't have it. I just don't have it. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for You Raggedy Bitch. And our raggedy bitch for today is none other than Raggedy Russian Ron Johnson.
Also criticized because I've made the comment that on January 6th, I never felt threatened, because I didn't. And mainly because I knew that even though those thousands of people there were marching to the Capitol were trying to pressure people like me to vote the way they wanted me to vote, I knew those were people that love this country, that truly respect law enforcement, would never do anything to break a law. And so I wasn't concerned. Now, had the tables been turned, and Joe, this got me in trouble. Had the tables been turned and President Trump won the election, and those were tens of thousands of Black Lives Matter and Antifa protesters, I might have been a little concerned.
Wow. It's a big statement, but it's a true statement. We see the recent history.
This raggedy bitch. This raggedy bitch. Whoa, Midas Cat. Thank you. Thank you so kindly. Thank you for that. Where is that? Boom. Yeah, so he said that that he was not afraid of these insurrectionists, the ones that killed cops, the one that busted down the doors at the Capitol, the ones that were spraying people with bear spray. What is that? Pepper spray. He was not afraid of them at all. But if it was Black Lives Matter, he'd be afraid. I mean, he said the quiet part out loud, basically. Black people, fear. White people like me, you good. That's the quiet part out loud. And this man is a sitting U.S. senator. And he said during that broadcast, I think it was the Joe Pags show, thank you, Misha. Thank you so much. He said during that show, I might get in trouble for this. Well, he's not getting in trouble on the right. Republicans, they support that. They support that messaging. How do I know this? Because not one person stepped up and said, what Senator Johnson said was wrong. No, just nothing but crickets. Crickets. And this guy has to be voted out. And, come to think of it, hey, Cha-Cha, thank you for that. The rest of the sedition caucus, I'm throwing Ron Johnson in with the sedition caucus. He is up for re-election in 2022. And what I think he thinks he's doing is he's calculating that there are enough hateful people. Thank you, Lois. That he's counting on the fact that there are enough hateful people left over from Trump's hateful base that he can suck them up and ride them into a re-election victory, because he's dropping all the clues right there. He's dropping all the clues. And I think it's disgusting. We're never going to combat racism. We're never going to defeat racism if the people who are part of the problem continue to use that problem to stay in power. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And now, let me do that thing where I say, "Let there be light." Boom! Oh, wait, did I forget? Oh my God, I forgot the... That was the original one. That's a throwback. Throwback, guys. It is now time, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Sandra, that's clever. You got the cricket emojis in there. Excuse me. It is now time for the Liddle'est President. The Liddle'est President is available on BrooklynDadDefiant.com. It's also available on Amazon.com. If you want to get it on Amazon.com, I'm quite all right with that, because... But you should probably get it on the BrooklynDadDefiant.com, because it has the most swooshy signature in the history of swoosh. Swooshy. And it says, Hui Juan. Hui Juan. The Liddle'est President is starring President Barack Obama, Hillary Rodham Clinton, Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Joseph R. Biden, and the R stands for ready to kick that ass. Whew. Bladder Bear pooping, holding the puppet strings on Spanky McDumbass. Complicit Barbie. Rudy Giuliani. Gummy McJuicebox. Kellyanne Conjob. Stephen the Snake Miller. And Mitch McTurtle McConnell. Can you believe that Treason Turtle said today that if Democrats blow up the filibuster, that they were going to use a scorched earth Senate approach? Like, dude, you've already been doing that. You're threatening to do basically what you've been doing the whole entire time. You did that with Obama. You did that with Obama and Merrick Garland. You did that with, what's her name? Amy Coney Barrett. Come on with that scorched earth shit. Tell us something that, such bullshit. Anyway, it's time for our favorite page, because this is Spanky McDumbass. I need some light. There we go. Spanky McDumbass is sad. He used to be rich. He used to be a businessman. He used to be a TV star. He used to be the Liddle'est President. But now Spanky McDumbass is in jail. How did he get here? Let's go back. Yes, let's go back, shall we? And fun fact, guys, yesterday, since I did take some time off to rest my my beleaguered blood pressure and my weary shoulder blade, I did get some time to write some pages for the new book for part 2. So it is coming along, just so you know. And I'm excited to get it on track finally. Now, today's page, for the next 3 years, Spanky did not spend any time trying to win over voters who didn't vote for him. Instead, Spanky spent his time trying to steal Americans' health care, giving the rich massive tax breaks, starting ridiculous trade wars, locking babies in cages, violating emoluments, obstructing justice, coddling Nazis, inciting violence, insulting allies, golfing. Spanky was bad at presidenting. Most of you have already seen this page, which I'm doing such a terrible job of holding up for the camera. But yeah, there he is golfing. And what I wanted to bring your attention to was the babies in cages right there. Now, we rightfully, righteously made a very big deal of getting after Trump on his heinous, disgusting, cruel policy. And I'm not saying it's time for us to jump all over Joe Biden's shit, but we do have to keep an eye on that. And we do have to demand that this issue gets resolved quickly. You know, Republicans are not going to, they're not going to go out of their way to make it easy. In fact, quite the opposite. They're going to play it up. Kevin McCarthy was just down there, you know, basically forgetting what he had seen the past 4 years and saying, these conditions are deplorable and blah, 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 and President Biden, and trying to throw as much shade on Biden for what's happening down there. Part of it is because the some of the restrictions have been lifted by the Biden administration, so that's possibly causing more people to feel like, well, now it's safe. Now is a good time for me to migrate, to send my kids up there unaccompanied. But yeah, whether the president is Republican or Democrat, we have our ideals, we have our beliefs, and we have to stick to them, regardless of who is sitting in the White House. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Do you have questions for me? I got time for 3. Time for 3 questions because I started on time today. What do you got for me? Kevin needs to leave. Julian Gutierrez says, Kevin needs to leave. He needs to leave. Kevin McCarthy needs to leave California. Cindy reminding people to like this video. Thank you for that. Valerie wants to know, do I have any nieces or nephews? In fact, I do. I have, I got 2 nephews. Oh, wait. No, I got 3 nephews. 3 nephews and at least 3 nieces. Yes. 1 nephew is in New Zealand. 1 is in Florida. 1 is in California. And all 3 of my nieces are also in California. Peter is a boss, wants to know what happened to my shoulder. I don't know. It feels like one of those injuries where I stretched wrongly in an awkward way that pulled a muscle that's not behaving like my 45-year-old muscles would behave, but my almost 53-year-old muscles definitely are behaving. Yep. Wilbur, dog lover buddy, says McCarthy never talked to any immigrants. I believe that. Sylvia Correa wants to know, do you have a title for the new book? Yes, I do, and it is The Bigliest Loser. Indeed. All right, guys, thank you for joining me for another episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad. And if you must go out tonight, please remember to wear your masks, 2 masks, wear your gloves, keep your social distance 6 feet or better, and have a lovely, relaxing evening. I will see you guys here tomorrow, same time, same place. I love you all. Peace. Boom. Hey. Julian Gautier. Thank you so much for that. Pikachu for you. Hey. What?
You need to leave.
Mm.